From Le Mans Ultimate to Fanatec, from broadcast to podcast, everything you need to know in sim racing right here, right now. Greetings Rommies and welcome to WromComms, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to a regular news roundup, our weekly sim racing news. Welcome to the channel if you're new here, and thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. Seems the search they did before did not bring the wished for results. Simocube is still, or again, searching for a project manager for their research and development department. Check the link in the description if you are interested. While we are partial to Ukrainian vodka, Finnish vodka is also nice. Just saying. From a recommendable employer to a less so. Remember we told you some contractors were bringing motorsport games to court? Well, luckily for two of them, they've won. Hopefully there's enough left of the company for them to get their money. Others are still waiting for their day in court, but we cannot but ask ourselves if the lawyers don't cost motorsport games more than paying their contractors their due.
If you're an iRacer and have an account with Trading Paints, the self-defined custom car painting platform for iRacing, we strongly recommend you update your password as soon as possible. And should you use that password along with your registered email, which is highly inadvisable at best, we strongly recommend you update those logins as well. The website was hacked this week and the whole user base, that's over 270,000 accounts, including email addresses and passwords, are up for sale in some unsavory places. Do it now. Another brief update from Rennsport this week, although there is already some noteworthy action already in the development of this sim. Previous versions had an intermittent lockup or potentially a crashed desktop due to an issue in the graphics engine, so this could be happening at any time from the menus to racing. Their language implies it's a workaround rather than a true fix, so we'll see if this impacts performance or even works in the near future. Linked to this, the maximum bandwidth between server and clients has been increased, hopefully making any data you have to download so much smoother, and will definitely decrease the lag on joins that have been experienced thus far. Yellow flags occasionally didn't show the correct text, but this has now been fixed, and the incident points previously shown to spectators are now hidden on broadcasts. Lastly, and more critically, the in-game leaderboards have been increased from 12 to 15 slots, a sign of things to come hopefully. Nürburgring has again been given a pass, with object culling or deletion of objects to save VRAM being fixed when not on epic graphics settings. So hopefully no more objects popping in and out in a nonsensible order, and across all tracks the banners have been updated. Lastly, and we saved this for last because we didn't notice it while driving Rennsport, but it's also a bit fun. The devs have fixed an issue where the car wheels would pick their colour based on the objects nearby in the level. Makes me wish I'd parked up by something pink.
Funny how time passes when you're having fun, because it's already 1 month ago that the team of your favorite channel sat down and talked about anything and nothing in WromComms, the WromComms podcast. That's right, your favorite hour of the month drops this Thursday, 7th of September. Apart from preparing ourselves mentally for 1 or 2 extra podcasts on the Simracing Expo 2023 in the middle of October, on Thursday you'll hear us talk about Simagic's misguided product policy, why Automobilista 2 has a long future in front of it, and what the heck happened to Cody. And if you're a patron of at least bronze level, you can listen in on our recording live, warts and all. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/WromComms. Don't miss it either here on YouTube or at your favorite podcast pit stop place. During the hottest August of our past, the overall number of sim racers dropped slightly by a bit over 1,000, but still better numbers than in May and June, so still no reason for pearl grabbing. Most sims lost slightly in average numbers like Assetto Corsa and Assetto Corsa Competizione or R Factor 2, which almost stayed at its lowest same from last month. Automobilista 2 climbed once again, as did our favorite Simcade Wreckfest, both not by much. All in all, expectable numbers for a hot month, as not many want to sit in front of their monitor sweating out every corner. Stock traders would call this a sideways motion of the market. So, I don't know how to put it. I'll say it bluntly. While Fanatec have released a version 2 of their CSL Universal Hub and have bundled it with 9 of their steering wheels, I think it looks quite horrible. I get they didn't want the prize for the most wondrous design, but would it hurt to make it less machiney? Personally, I wouldn't pay a dime for it, but if you want a couple of buttons and paddles together with a quick release system for your or Fanatec's rims, this is what they are offering for €150 USD. And if you buy it together with one of the 9 rims they bundle it with, it'll raise the price of the bundle to €200 USD. By the way, the hub is only fully compatible with PCs, console users should look elsewhere. Oh, and it still uses the quick release version 1, as well as not being compatible with podium systems. So we wonder why they put it out at all. Looks yucky, costs too much, is not compatible with consoles or podium systems, and still uses a quick release Fanatec themselves are relegating to the past. Did they order them 3 years ago and only now have they arrived? Well, tough luck Fanatec, we don't see a reason to buy this at all, but maybe we are utterly wrong and it's what you all have been waiting for years.
The FIA and iRacing have joined forces once again to bring their subscribers the iRacing FIA F4 Esports Regional Tour. Following the tracks of the Real World Regional F4 Championships, iRacing will keep their more than 225,000 active users, their statistics, not ours, we don't have any independent data from iRacing, up to date with 4 localized series across their service. 2 based in Europe, 1 covering the Americas, and 1 for Asia and the Pacific. Powered by 160 brake horsepower, 1.6 litre inline-4 engines, hopefully this new partnership will give these tiny open-wheelers, a relatively unknown and derided car in real life, a new lease of popularity, much like the LMP3s released earlier in the summer, which have been extremely popular in the online platform. We're again trying not to be cynical about this move, but at the same time, you have to simply follow the money to discover why this partnership might be beneficial. We'll leave that up to you.
About time! While we've been nagging the organizers of the Automobilista 2 Community Cup for the whole year until they relented, we understand organizing a series like this is hard work, so we didn't nag too hard, just enough. Unluckily, it's not like you are not able to see great racing in our channel. Check out the ASRC playlist up there for proof. But the races in the first season were so incredibly good, the competition so hard and fair at the same time, that we could not wait to see a repeat of the concept. And here it is, starting this Wednesday the 6th, and almost every second week until the end of the year we'll be broadcasting the races of the AMS2CC in full. You don't know what the AMS2CC is? It's a community-driven series that has every community choose their favorite car and track combination out of the many combinations possible within Automobilista 2. And then has all the communities drive on all the combinations chosen. This season it's going to be 7 communities racing against each other. For every race there's a different car, for every race there's different liveries to fit the cars, and race by race the chances grow for some communities to win a prize. Because this year we at WromComms decided to put our money where our mouths are and are sponsoring €100 in Steam vouchers to be divided between the 3 top positioned communities. Let's find out if Curb Clippers can repeat their winning streak of last season, or if the other opponents have trained enough to beat them, especially as the physics of Automobilista 2 have changed for the better since their last season. Check out our in-depth explanation in the link up there to understand why this is a big change, and subscribe so you don't miss even one of these races.
patrons help us bring you better product reviews and sim racing news. Become our hero by becoming a patron at patreon.com/WromComms. Amongst other perks, becoming a patron will fix your name for posterity like this, but you'll also be able to participate in our podcast recording, get to know what we plan and what we're doing, and we'll be able to take part in our decisions. So, a big thank you to our patrons and members. If you come here often, please consider subscribing. Well, would you look at that? Motorsport Games are starting their media rush towards Le Mans Ultimate, showing some screenshots of user interface pages and with a propaganda posting they call an interview. They already had a preliminary version running during the 24 hours of Le Mans. See the link up there for our first impressions video. So at least we know the sim will be able to let you drive on Le Mans with 2 cars. Studio 397 have shared the images we're showing you, explaining they are from the sim. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. The propaganda article is chock full of marketing bullshit, so we've worked heavily through the chaff to try and get you some content. You're welcome. It seems the sim will have co-op mode as well as a championship mode. In the co-op mode, you seemingly will be able to drive your stint, then have a friend take over for their stint, each in your own time, whenever it fits, and we suppose against AI. So, in short, it'll be a way to save race progress, or at least the point at which the driver swap happens. Could be interesting, but most of the endurance sim racers we know prefer the realism of battling against other humans in real time. Let us know in the comments what you think of the co-op mode, the way LMU wants to implement it. It does sound like an interesting idea. We're not sure because they don't tell what they mean by championship mode. We don't expect it to be a career mode like the F1 games or like the Project Cars franchise had, but we'll be waiting for further information whenever it arrives. One thing they do say is they're going to be hosting their own online portal for daily races and special events. If it's as populated as the RF2 official servers, then it's going to be lonely racing. Also, they seem to want users to host their own servers there. As an extended offer, it's okay. If they force LMU users to use those and don't allow any others, then it'll be a step back from rFactor 2. And they say they have gotten car data from some or all of the companies racing in the WEC, and even from some classic cars of the past. I see Cody already drooling over that prospect for sure. One thing I hope they didn't mean, or we've misconstrued, is that it takes their code 24 hours to compute the results of what happens to one tyre. It's hard to tell what to take seriously in this promotional article, because it would mean you would have to wait 4 days for the system to let you drive on 4 tyres. Something seems to have got mixed up when the marketing department wrote this so-called interview. Another thing LMU will have is the ability to do an endurance race together with the AI, letting LMU simulate the stints of the AI, and you, if you wish to, do all of your stints in one go. You will also be able to choose the level of the AI as well as yours. And player-generated setups will be part of the sim. Or, if you are as incompetent as I am, doing good setups, you can go with the preset setups. For those hoping to find Le Mans Ultimate on console, well, sorry, but for now it's not going to happen. LMU will be PC only for the foreseeable future. We would have been surprised if Studio 397 with limited developer numbers would have been able to buy in a company for consoles like Kunos, or rather 505 Games did for ACC.